You know, the red pill community or the manosphere grew into such a popular niche because it's such a common problem for most men to deal with this dynamic of wanting a woman who doesn't want you, and you just don't understand why, because you are doing the things that you have been taught should work, but they're not working, and it just seems like you're being punished for being too upfront, as if being upfront isn't what you were taught to do your whole life. See, there's a difference between being upfront and being straightforward when it comes to dating anyway. And when I use the word upfront here, I mean it in the context of showing your intent too clearly. For some reason, that's not appreciated in the dating market. And so men go seeking answers for why. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You show someone you appreciate them and that you're willing to love them and do anything for them, and they should be, well, they should want to take that deal on, right? Especially if they were also initially interested in you, but then for some reason you showing your intent caused them to pull away. It doesn't make sense, at least until you discover the red pill. So since most men are familiar with this dynamic, it another thing in the red pill is that's popularly discussed is that most guys, particularly the nice guys, try so hard and suffer so much because they see themselves as below the woman, whereas they are willing to go through a lot to either get the woman or even just keep her in their lives. Whereas somewhere in her past, there has been a guy who didn't even need to do the bare minimum to get everything he wanted and more out of her. She just gave herself so willingly and so entirely up to him. And here she is making you jump through hoops because you just don't understand your own value and what makes women actually attracted to men. But see, in order for that dynamic to work, you have to kind of be less into the woman than she is into you. And in order for that prerequisite to be met, she has to, from jump, be more strongly attracted to you than you are to her. And then over time, even have to earn your attraction to her. She has to feel like she earned you. But if you're not even a dude from jump that she feels like she wants to earn in any kind of capacity, then that dynamic will never happen. So it just means that this dynamic is impossible for you and this woman, which is why it's best advised to only deal with women who come at you ideally or give you zero resistance. Like every day she's like, okay, okay, cool. She's just trusting your leadership in every dynamic, and that's when you have the least headache dealing with that woman. But you see, in order for you to kind of not take her that seriously, or perhaps that's not the right phrasing, in order for there to be this dynamic where you really aren't that into her, you have to actually not be that into her. So, but the point I wanted to make in this video is that if there's a guy that, like, if there's one guy at least that every woman has had as her supreme alpha, that she would do anything for, even kill, then there must be a woman for every guy who would do that. But because the the guys aren't even giving those women a shot, they don't even get to realize what it's like to experience king's treatment, because they're just not that into the girl, and they're so not into her that they won't even give her a chance to really uh, show her, show what she can do for you. It just makes sense to me, man, that if there's one guy for every woman who was the best ever, then there must be one woman for every guy who that woman thinks that guy is the best possible option. And you know, I guess that's where the idea of hypergamy comes in, that the more you improve yourself, then the wider that pool of women is who think you are the best possible option. But I think at any level you are in life, like even if at any level you are in life, there's always a woman you are above. And because you are above her, you're not that into her. And because most of us are only or primarily going after the women we are most into, we overlook the ones who will give us king's treatment. We never understand or experience what king's treatment is like. So they continue to settle for the shit treatment that they get from the chicks who are barely into them, but give them a little play once in a while after hardship and struggle. Cause hey, she looks good. She looks better than the one who would do anything for you, do absolutely anything for you, regardless of what happens. See, the logic primarily is that you have to make her realize she has to earn you and not give a fuck if she doesn't feel the need to earn you. The only problem, I think the only reason particularly that guys struggle with dating is because they try and deal with dating with women who clearly are not into them. And they kind of don't understand what it's really like when a woman is into you, because they've never given themselves an opportunity to deal with a woman who was so into them because they just weren't into that woman. I think I'm just repeating myself now at this point. My bad. This isn't a first man video, so I'm gonna just cut this off here. No shade to first man. I do appreciate how he makes his points so starkly clear. I'm just not him.